Hello YouTube, Luke here's the deck profile and recipe for the Dark World deck I just used then. So 18 monsters to start with, 3 Beiige, 3 Broww, 1 Gold, 3 Grapha, 1 Sillva, 3 Snoww, 2 Tour Guides, 2 Trance Archfiend, 12 spells, Allure of Darkness, 3 Dark World dealings, 3 Drag Down to the Grave, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, 3 Gates of Dark World, 10 Traps, Bottomless Trap Hole, 2 Breakthrough Skill, Compulsory, 2 Mind Crush, 2 Mirror Force, Solemn Warning, and Torrential Tribute. The extra deck, we got Abyss Dweller, Adreus, Divine Dragon Knight, Felgrand, Cowboy, Alucard, Heliopolis, Leviair, Maestroke, Corn, Volcansaurus, Master Key Beetle, Photo Papal Operative, Shark Fortress, 10 Tempo, Grim, Wind Up Zen Mains. Start off with monsters. Dark World monsters get their effects when they're sent from your hand to the graveyard. Most of them by card effects, just no, it's as long as it's not a cost. For example, if it's say like Divine Wrath, Phoenix Wind Blast, Lightning Vortex, etc., that's cost. So anyway, let's start with 3 Beiige Vanguard of Dark World, 1600 attack, and if this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, you special summon it. So he's a good play to use. He's an okay monster, level 4 monster. Gates from the field, he gets the next 300, becomes 1900. You can summon him, use Grapha plays. Next is 3 Broww, level 3 Fiend. That's a tour guide target. Plus, if it's discarded to the graveyard by card effect, draw a card. And if it was discarded by hand by an opponent's card effect, you draw another one. So basically, if it's you send it to the graveyard by Gates effect, which we'll get to eventually, you'll draw 2 cards that turn. That works. It's a very good card. 1 gold. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, you summon it to the field, whether it's by yours or opponent's. But if it's done by your opponent's effect, you can target up to 2 cards your opponent controls and destroy them. Just so you know, that Dark World cards have funny text at times. Get to Snoww, you'll see as well. Okay, anyway, yeah, you special summon him if you discard him, and destroy 2 cards if it's your opponent that discards them. Decent card. And 3 Grapha, the boss monster of the deck. You can special summon this guy from the graveyard by returning 1 Dark World monster you control, except Grapha. Now, if this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. So any card, and if it was discarded from your hand to the graveyard by opponent's card effect, you can look at a random card your opponent's hand. If it was a monster, you can special summon to your side of the field. Don't see that effect often. It's more or less you send it to the graveyard by card effect. It's not a cost, Warlord, it's not a cost, an effect, etc. And destroy a card your opponent has, then you special summon him. So yeah, the boss monster of the deck. If Gates is on the field, he has 3000. It's just a huge card to have. 1 Sillva, special summon it if it's discarded. Also, if it's done by your opponent's effect, you target. Oh, sorry, it's not target. Your opponent returns 2 cards from their hand to the bottom of their deck in any order. So another level 5, 2300. You can special summon. Now, Snoww. Let's talk about how it's got unusual text. Anyway, if this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, add a Dark World card from your deck to hand. So it can be, doesn't have to be a monster, it can be Gates of Dark World dealings. Now, if it's sent there by your opponent, where are we? Now here's the text I was talking about. It's target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, if any, and special summon that target face up the Fed's position. And then It's, as you can see the other effect, when it's all over the shop, the effects. And this card, it confused me at first when it first came out, but more or less you discard it and you add any Dark World card from deck to hand. Now, you get your 2 tour guides here. You can use them as material as themselves, or the Browws. Rank 3 plays. And now Trance Archfiend. Once per turn you can discard 1 Fiend type monster, and this card gains 500 attack. So all Dark World monsters get their effect when discarded by this effect. Also, when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished Dark monsters and add it to your hand. Dark monsters get banished a lot by the Gates of Dark World, which we'll get to eventually. Now, Allure of Darkness, you got everything as Dark Monster in this deck, so that's why you have it there. Draw the card and banish one. Dark World dealings, each player draws a card, then discards one. So when you discard a Dark World monster, it gains its effect. It's what you want to discard at the time. And now drag down into the grave. Both players reveal their hands. Now they have to have a hand. Both players have to have a hand in order to play this card, just so you know. Now, and then we choose a card in each other's hand and discard it. And we draw a card. So all Dark World monsters gain their effects. Their first effects anyway, of special summoning, blah blah blah, etc. It's just done by our card effect, so even though they send it to the graveyard, it's our card effect, so we only get the special summon. That effect, we don't get the other effect. Yeah, so there we go. To this Space Typhoon, destroy back road, etc. Now, here's the Gates of Dark World. All Fiend type monsters gain 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can banish 1 Fiend type monster from your graveyard, discard 1 Fiend type monster, then draw a card. Okay, so banish a Dark monster. And that's where this guy comes in when he's sent to the graveyard. Add it to your hand. You probably saw me combo a lot with Snoww. So I discard her. Sorry, I banish her. If Trance Archfiend goes to the graveyard, I'll bring her back to my hand and use her effects over and over again. Right, let's get back to it. So discard one. After you banish one, you discard a Fiend and then draw a card. You can special summon, you'll draw 2 cards if you send him. Grapha will let you destroy a card, etc. And a special summon, and so on. It's a very good card. And they brought this out in the structure deck. And it just made Dark Worlds pretty strong at the time. It's not a deck you see very often these days, though they work well with skill drain actually. Since they're all special summoned from the hand and graveyard. Sorry, yeah, special summon from the graveyard when they're sent there, they work well with skill drain. All their effects activate in the graveyard. So yeah. Anyway, Bottomless destroy stuff now. Breakthrough Skills are a good card for this deck because it's you can send us the graveyard with Dark World dealings if you want. And then you can just activate it straight away. Let's say your opponent's got Draco Sack or something on the field and want to get rid of it. Graph can just run right over it then. Anyway, Compulsory helps. Now Mind Crush, because you know at times what they're going to have due to cards like Drag Down to the Grave. You know what's in the hand. Plus also helps when the opponent adds cards. Also, if you just guess wrong and a Dark World monster sent, it gets its effect. It's sent to the graveyard by a card effect. It's a very useful card in this deck. 2 Mirror Force for protection, same with Warning and Torrential. Right. Let's see, extra deck. Okay, Abyss Dweller for rank 4s. We got some level 5s. You can get. I did summon this guy actually, which is he's a Fiend type monster, so he gains the Gates effect. You detach a material, target 1 face-up card, and destroy it. Sometimes you might have 2 level 8s and summon him for some reason. Cowboy winning condition, rank 3, rank 8 again. You banish lots of level 3 and 4 monsters. It can be useful at times. Maestroke's a Fiend and can protect himself from destruction. Flagship Corn is a sort of annoying monster. Also, just winning condition as well. Volcasaurus rank 5s. Master Key Beetle, since everything's dark monster, that's a good card. Helps. Shark Fortress as well is a different option. Temtempo is a fiend, so he gains the effect. And you can attach your opponent's seeds, and yeah, so you can go up to 2,500 in one turn. As it means you probably saw me summon as well. Protection, but yeah. Obviously, this deck saw a lot more play years ago. It was popular when the structure deck came out. You got the Gates of Darkworld and the Graphas. Yeah, you don't really see them around these days. But that's okay. Every deck has a bit of time and stuff like that. But yeah, this is Darkworld. It's a fun deck to use at times, and it's not bad for at all at times. Basically, it's not the greatest deck ever, but it can win. See, I did pretty well with it at times. But anyway, that's our Dark World deck profile and recipe done for you today. So until next time, thank you all for watching, and see you again soon.